What's up, guys? It is Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and welcome to my review of Naruto Chapter 630. So if you guys can't tell, I'm alone today. Christian is not here. He had a few things that he had to take care of, so he will be absent this week, but he should be back next time for the next review, and I really hope he is because this is really starting to pick up, and this week's chapter was awesome! It was absolutely fantastic. It's one of those chapters that I think kind of gave everybody exactly what they wanted. You know, a lot of people have been wanting to see the battle between Kakashi and Obito. A lot of people still want to see what's going on with the war and the Ten Tails. And a lot of people want to see these Kage show up. And that's exactly what happened this week. You got a combination of all three, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Now, right out the bat, we got Obito and Kakashi. And Obito essentially is still just trying to berate Kakashi here and trying to bring him over to his side in a way, or basically just try to kill him. I'm really not sure. But, in the last chapter, we got to see that he was run through with a Raikiri, and he had this giant hole in his chest. And everybody's like, how the fuck is his heart not there? It makes no sense at all. And a lot of people have been theorizing, well, he's an Uchiha, so this is probably some sort of Genjutsu world, and that's kind of exactly what's going on here, because then Obito starts to bring out these, like, Genjutsu forms of a young version of himself and a younger version of Rin, but Kakashi's like, fuck this shit, and he cuts, like, right through him. He's like, I'm not gonna fall for that crap at all. And that's when we immediately cut back to the battlefield where you can see the Ten Tails is literally about to hurl up something, and it looks like it's about to go through its final transformation. And Killer B is definitely noting this. He's like, oh god, we've got to do something. The shit's about to get really, really serious. And that's when the Ten Tails displays one of its craziest abilities. Like I said, it's getting ready to regurgitate this giant object out of its mouth, which starts to bloom into this giant flower. Essentially, the Ten Tails throws up a giant Vileplume's head and then prepares to do this like solar beam beast bomb and just destroy everything on the battlefield. And all the ninja are freaking out. They're like, oh crap, how are we going to defend against this? Shikamaru is a genius and as usual has a plan. He's able to get in contact with Kitsuche and he wants to learn how to do those crazy rock techniques. And, he's not adept at doing this, but he wants to just learn how to do it the proper way because his plan is he's going to have a bunch of rock ninja and a bunch of other ninja who can use the earth style to try and block this technique. And while all this is going on, we're getting intercut between the things that are going on in the battlefield and the things that are going on with Kakashi and Obito. And one thing I do want to actually mention is that Ino is actually really, really useful this week. She's able to communicate with the entire battlefield just like her father. She's definitely come a long way from being the annoying brat that she used to be. And so the Ten Tails is firing this giant technique that's just ripping through all of these walls, but they're still managing to just barely stop it, which is really cool. And at the same time, we're going back to Kakashi and Obito. And Obito is just still trying to convince Kakashi like that he's wrong and that he's fucked up and that he's made the wrong decisions the entire time. But Kakashi's essentially said, yeah, you're right, I'm trash. I lost my friends, they're gone. But you know what? I've had other people who have been able to fill that void, and I love them too. So I'm not going to let them go either. And that's where the biggest part of the chapter comes into play, people. So this giant technique is about to slam into the Shinobi Alliance, and guess who saves them right at the last second? You get to see in this one final panel, this kunai just flies right down. The minute you see it, you know exactly who it is. And in the final panel, Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage himself, returns right in front of his son to help him on the battlefield. And Naruto is definitely excited to see his father there. And this is a huge moment. It's awesome because, first and foremost, the fourth Hokage is there. That's fucking awesome. That's Naruto's dad. He's a badass. He's only interacted with Naruto a little bit in the past. And I can't wait to really see him in action. I think this is his chance to truly shine. Now, because the fourth Hokage is there, that can only mean one other thing. The other Kages are there, and Sasuke is probably right there too, and Orochimaru as well. So everything is truly culminating into one area, and I really, really like that. The final panel looks really, really cool, but there's a ton of other little things this week. I really like the part where Madara is noting, like, oh shit, this thing is starting to go crazy. I don't know when I have to do this, but I may have to pull the Ten Tails apart, which is theorizing that he may actually try to separate all of the beasts again, but maybe that won't happen. I'm not quite sure. But come on, guys, the fourth Hokage, that's fucking awesome. That was the coolest part of this week's chapter. And, this whole one, like I said, was a great chapter because it really gave everybody everything they wanted. Even though Kakashi and Obito really aren't fighting so much as they're just discussing philosophy with each other, it's not that bad. I know it's going to pick up a little bit more. But all the stuff with the Ten Tails, which is constantly transforming and showing off all these crazy techniques, like I said, it puked up a Pokemon's head. Visually, this week's chapter was very appealing. There was a ton of stuff going on in the battlefield this week The Ten Tails looked really, really creepy. All of the ninja looked really cool. I love that one panel where it's shooting against all of the giant walls that are exploding out of the ground. But really, it's the fourth Hokage who steals this week's chapter. I mean, come on, guys. He's definitely the best part of it, and that's crazy considering all the other stuff that's been happening. So I really have no choice but to give this chapter a 10 out of 10. It was thoroughly entertaining. It pumped me up. Like I said, it gave everybody everything they could have possibly wanted, and it just promises that more Kages and Sasuke are going to show up, and that shit's about to get even more insane. So 10 out of 10, awesome chapter. So how did you guys feel about it? Were you excited to finally see the reintroduction of the fourth Hokage? You can let me know with your comments below. Remember, guys, before you leave, make sure and hit that like button so you can give this video a thumbs up. It really helps them out a lot. See you next time, guys. SuperKamiGuru9000. Out.